What would actually happen if a plant-based creature from another world had to survive here? Not in a game. Not in animation. But under real sunlight, real bacteria, real gravity. 3 weeks ago, I incubated something that shouldn't exist. And by the end of this experiment, it evolved. But it almost didn't survive long enough to get there. It started with an egg. Smooth. Pale green. Warm to the touch. Dark veins ran across the shell like roots beneath soil. When I placed temperature sensors on it, I noticed something strange. It was regulating its own heat. If the internal core dropped below 28 degrees Celsius, the readings destabilized. That meant one thing. This wasn't a normal biological organism. So I built a controlled incubation chamber. 70% humidity. Soft UV light cycles. Nitrogen-rich soil bacteria nearby. On day 4, the shell started pulsing. Not shaking. Pulsing. And the veins beneath the surface began glowing faint green. It was reacting to light. The cracking started at night. A thin fracture spread across the top of the egg. Then a soft, earthy smell filled the room like fresh rain hitting soil. The shell gave way. And a small head emerged. Wide red eyes. Moist green skin. And a tightly closed bulb on its back. A real-world version of Bulbasaur. It inhaled sharply. A faint mist escaped its mouth. Its body trembled. For a moment, I wasn't sure it would survive. Then the bulb pulsed. Soft green light. And it crawled toward the nearest lamp. Instinct. A creature like this couldn't live in a normal room. So I designed a hybrid ecosystem. UV grow lights calibrated to match natural sunlight. Nitrogen-rich soil. Automated misting system. Drainage layers to prevent root rot. Low shrubs and climbing vines. The bulb reacted strongly to direct light. Too much, it curled inward. Too little, the glow faded. Then something went wrong. Fungal growth began forming in the damp corners of the enclosure. If it spread to the bulb, it could destroy the organism. I had to rebalance humidity overnight. That's when I realized I wasn't raising an animal. I was maintaining an ecosystem. At first, it refused solid food. But under sunlight, the bulb expanded slightly. Photosynthesis. Still, chlorophyll alone wasn't enough. So I introduced mineral-infused water and plant-based protein paste. The first time it accepted food from my hand. Small green tendrils twitched near the base of the bulb. Vines. Over the next week, its skin thickened. The bulb grew heavier. Veins under its skin became more visible. It gained nearly 30% body mass. Then the bulb began glowing brighter than ever before. And the surrounding plants started growing faster. Too fast. Taking it outside was a risk. Controlled UV is predictable. The real sun isn't. The moment it stepped onto grass, the air felt different. Cooler. Grass blades bent toward it. The bulb opened slightly, absorbing sunlight intensely. Then suddenly, nearby plants grew several centimeters in minutes. One vine shot outward instinctively and wrapped around a garden stake. For a second, it didn't look at me. It looked outward. Territorial. And I wondered, was I raising it? Or unleashing it? Back inside the terrarium, I began controlled training. Small targets. Measured light bursts. At first, its vine whip was weak. Slow. Uncoordinated. But within days, it could strike accurately. The bulb stored energy more efficiently. During one session, the terrarium temperature rose 3 degrees. Its veins glowed intensely. Then the vines lashed uncontrollably. Glass panels rattled. For a split second, it didn't respond to my voice. I thought I had lost control. But then, it paused, looked at me, and the glow softened. It was learning. Then it stopped eating. The bulb swelled dramatically. Petal structures began forming inside. Energy readings spiked. Even at night, it emitted faint green light. The surrounding plants leaned toward it constantly. Its breathing deepened. Slower. Heavier. I knew what was coming. But evolution like this shouldn't happen this fast. It began at dawn. The bulb split open. Not violently. Slowly. Controlled. Its body expanded. Muscle density increased. Vines thickened. A floral structure unfolded. This wasn't magic. It was biological restructuring. Bones extending. Tissue adapting. Cellular acceleration. When the mist cleared, standing before me was a fully evolved Ivysaur. Larger. Grounded. Stable. The presence felt different. Less curious. More aware. It stepped forward. And the entire terrarium seemed smaller. When I look at it now, it still responds to my voice. But there's something ancient in its eyes. It doesn't just survive. It adapts. This experiment changed the way I see evolution. Nature doesn't need permission. It doesn't wait. And maybe we're not the only species capable of reshaping the world around us. If this was only the first evolution, what happens next might be bigger than any of us expect.